Good?
Yep.
Alright. My buddy Dave's here with his little son Derek. And Dave wanted to get Derek a ball python for Christmas. So me and Dave went shopping. When we go shopping? Last week.
Last Wednesday.
Huh?
Last Wednesday.
Yeah. And we went and got all the supplies for a basic ball python setup. And we didn't rehearse any of this, so this might be long and ugly and stupid, but whatever we mess up, we'll fix. Anyway, we're going to start out with the supplies. This is Zilla. This is a 10-gallon tank lid. This is a 10-gallon aquarium. I'm going to go through every little piece of equipment. And Derek's right here listening to me, so he's going to get it too. Anyway, this is a 10-gallon lid. I don't like the ones that have the little doors in them or anything like that. I like a 10-gallon lid, and we've got clips. These clips are designed to hold the lid down. They hook up underneath of this little ledge, a little plastic ledge on the 10-gallon, and when they're hooked in, that's going to keep your snake in. He won't be able to push up or anything like that. The clips are sold separately, and usually most people just take 2 clips and put them on the sides like that and snap them in. I like putting 2 sets on, so it's all the way around snap. But we'll get to that. Well, I can't get in, so your snake definitely ain't getting out. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, we got the lid. You need any of the receipts or any of that stuff? Here's his water bowl. Everybody always asks me what we use for ball pythons. In our baby tubs right here, we use a 3-inch crock. That's a small crock, and then this is a 5-inch crock. This is what we use for your adults, and this is all you're ever going to need. So this is a 5-inch ceramic crock, and I get them from my pet shop in bulk. Next, we've got an under the tank heater. This is which is this? Yeah, this is Zoom Med. This is all I used to sell when I had my store. This is my favorite homegrown Harry the Homeowner heat pad. We're going to take that out of the package right now. This is designed for a 10 to 20 gallon tank. This is going to be the actual heat source. It's going to be on 24 hours. You're going to plug this in. These things are already pretty much set so that they don't get too hot. They basically get just right. Okay. Where all my heat panels on these racks, they have that rheostat on them, the helix, see the little helix up there, and that controls the temperature. You're not going to have to worry about any of that. So let's get this out. All right, we got that. Can't lose our little, who's my buggers, our little spacers. So we've got the under the tank heater, and that's a heating pad that just goes on 1/2 of the tank. It's going to go under his hide box where he's going to sleep. So we got that. Now we've got our light fixture. And this, get the clamp out, throwing all this stuff out. None of it's going to work, and we got to dig it back out of the trash can. This is the light fixture which will go on top. The snake's going to have two heat sources. One from underneath, which will be the pad, and then one above, which will be the light. And the light, we're going to put on a timer. The light's going to come on in the morning and go off at night. But if you want to run it at night, it's going to have a red bulb in it, you can. But basically, you're bringing the temperature up in the daytime, which means your light will be on, your pad will always be on. At nighttime, you can turn the light off. Temperature's going to go down a little bit, but he'll still be on top of the heat pad. So he'll be warm. All right, so we got that. Here's our bulb. With a 10-gallon tank, this is another Zoom Med product, and this is an infrared heat lamp. I like using red bulbs to heat with. I don't like using a white bulb or something that's bright, because if you are going to decide to use it at night, that way the tank is still going to be dark. Anyway, this is a 75, is that what I said? Yeah. You want to play around with your wattage on bulbs. Most people keep their houses like 65 to 72. In my experience, a 75 is the best. That gets it just warm enough without baking the snake. So we put that in our fixture. So we got our 75 watt bulb in our fixture, and this is a fixture that has a ceramic top. The fixtures that have the plastic tops, if this were to go up or whatever, still get one with a ceramic top on it. The plastic ones can melt.
Okay.
All right, we got that. Now we've got the substrate, which is Zoom Med cage carpet. There should be 2 in there. Whenever you're going to use cage carpet like this, you always want to get 2. And I know I'm sounding like I'm talking to the camera, because I am, but we'll get all this straight afterwards. Okay. I know Derek's paying attention. Yep, it is. 2 cage liners, 10-gallon. That way, when one's dirty, you always have one clean. You just rotate them out, and you can wash these things right in the sink. All right, now this is a bare bones setup. We're not going to be tricky with rep the bark and all that stuff. This is bare bones. This is one step up from what I'm doing on actual unprinted paper. All right. When you get your tank, and this is your 10-gallon, this is just your standard 10-gallon aquarium. They're like $12. We got all this stuff for a hair under 100, right?
Yep, $92.
With my discount.
Yes.
So anyway, there's your tank. First thing we're going to do, flip it over. We're going to put her under the tank heater on. Just pull that off. You don't want it in the middle. You want it on one end. And the way that works is we decide on the inside he's going to have a high box right about there. That's where he's going to be shacking up. So you want to take that heat pad right about where you think he's sleeping. Just put it right in the middle. Right in the middle where his little high box is going to be.
You want to look up there?
And that's stuck on there for good. So we got that. Now, the pad sitting right there. Can you see any of that, Fatty?
Yep.
All right. We got the pad, basically.
Would that outlast the snake? Or the snake
That pad?
Yeah.
That pad's going to, no, that pad's not going to outlast the snake. That pad is going to, your snake could probably be able to stay in here maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
Then you're going to have to move up to a 40, and everything gets bigger. Bigger wattage on the bulbs, a bigger heat pad, the whole 9 yards. But by then he's going to have another little snake, so you have 2 aquariums in the house. All right, now Zoom Ed gives you. Where are they? I already lost them. There they are. These are little spacers, and these little spacers go on the corner of the tank. Can you see them, Fatty?
They're little nubbies like
Yeah.
on cabinet doors.
Yeah. They go on the bottom of the tank because if you can see, the cord is under there, and you don't want to compress the cord under the ledge. So these add a little space for the cord, and they also add a little space for air to get under this tank. So now, see our cord can move because of the spacers. That's good. Now, before I do anything, these heating pads are designed to just run. And they get to a certain temperature, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. I can read this, but I'm not going to read it right now. Anyway, I know I've sold enough of these things that these work, and they just get to a certain heat. But if I look at it, I'm saying 80 degrees. Use a reptile thermostat, blah, 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 blah. Your outside house temperatures can rise up to 80 degrees, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's just a basic warning to keep you from suing Zoom Ed. Some people take these, and they'll plug them into a rheostat. And what a rheostat is this helix right there. In fact, let me grab this helix. Let me sneak around here. Because we might actually want to do this later. This is just a helix that I have in this room because I like to know what my temperatures are. But I'll show you how that works. See if I can get it untangled. This is a rheostat. And what a rheostat does is you plug it in the wall. And a rheostat, in fact, we're going to plug it into the wall. You got enough room there? Yeah. Basically, the way a rheostat works, hold that up for me, buddy. See what it's saying right now? It's saying it's 86 degrees, and that's because this probe is 86 degrees. But you could take this pad, plug it in to the out on this rheostat, and then put this in the cage or on top of the pad, and this would basically control, like if you set that at 88 degrees, this probe would tell that to warm this or shut it off or heat it up or whatever until it was 86. You don't need anything like that. These are very, very safe and they work good. Plus you're just going to be in a regular temperature house. It's 85 degrees in here. All right, you can unplug that, little man. What I'm saying is, and to everybody out at YouTube land, you don't have to buy a helix. Zoom Ed makes other little rheostats that are a lot cheaper to do the same thing. Anyway, we got our heat pad. That's where his hut's going to be on top of. Now this, I'm sure doesn't fit perfectly. Oh man, they did a nice job. There's your cage carpet. And if you don't like cage carpet, don't buy the bark. You'll embarrass me, but I want to show you something. Since you and your dad are tight, and me, You can also use newspaper. And that would go in just like that. Just fold it, curl it up on the sides. And it doesn't have to be unprinted. So if you guys get in a jam or if his carpet gets real nasty, that's all you got.